Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Fat Trove video. Today I'm going to basically be going over my thoughts, my general thoughts on Kevin Kraft. I have read some of Kevin Kraft already, and I really don't want to read it again. Because I think that double dipping with like anything like movies, books, TV shows, it's kind of useless. So we're gonna skim right past that, just into the review. But let me give you like a quick analysis on Kevin Kraft. So Kevin Kraft was made by a member of my Discord server, the Forsaken Carrier, and basically we had this joke that this nice young man named Kevin were to have his own book series about him, in which the Forsaken Carrier decided to take the creative opportunity to make Kevin Kraft into a horse. And I believe that there is a lot of criticism for him making this simple move. Well, we have to stick on the analysis side. We can't I'm not going to go back to the criticism. I made my decision. We're going to the analysis, right? So Kevin Kraft, he's a horse. We have like a disheveled man. He's disheveled as fuck. He's an Amish. Basically, he's an Amish man living with his wife and kid. Yeah, his wife and kid. And he basically rides around on Kevin Kraft, and he fucking steals. He steals Kevin Kraft's. Well, no, not the Amish man. Kevin Kraft later in the book steals the Amish man's kids and his wife and fucks right off. And that was basically what we read when I read chapter 1 of Kevin Kraft. I thought that was good. I thought that was great. In the second or third or fourth or fifth chapter, I don't know how much chapters we read when we did the initial reading, but basically we follow like a new protagonist. I'll call him Benjamin because I'm not looking back into the book. As I already said, I don't like to go beyond shits, right? So basically Benjamin, he finds this guy. He goes to the Amish man. He's like, yo, what's up? For some reason, they got a gun called Wonton Kit Kat, kind of like the demon. We all know him, basically. If you don't know him, then there's literally a video called Creating with Wonton Kit Kat, and also another Fat Trove Paints video where we paint, but you can't actually hear Wonton Kit Kat. I digress even further. The Amish man and Benjamin, they go on an adventure. They also find the Rat Man, and they tie him up. They also use a computer named Milk, and they're basically at Kevin Kraft's casino. All right, so that's basically a quick analysis. Not that quick, but I digress. My thoughts on Kevin Kraft. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the criticism against Kevin Kraft and him basically like him getting called out for being unoriginal. Not unoriginal. Actually, just not even Kevin, the homie himself. And I've very strongly stuck against this criticism because I believe that Kevin Kraft, whether it deals with Kevin or not, the actual man Kevin or the horse Kevin, I think that it's still a piece of art. I think it's still a piece of work. I still strongly believe that there is a multiverse of Kevins and Kevin Krafts, and I believe that maybe not this year. I'm not thinking 2022 is going to be the year of Kevin Kraft. Actually, Kevin could die in the year 2022. I'm gonna be honest. But to basically get back to the main point, Kevin Kraft being a horse, I don't think is a serious dilemma. But I will say something about the new chapters. Oh, right, and I hate criticism because I strongly believe that anyone can criticize and everyone should. But Kevin Kraft is such a huge entity that I don't want to hate on it. I'm gonna be honest. I want to love it forever and ever. But I just think that first of all, Kevin Kraft, the book is moving extremely slow. It's moving at a snail's fucking pace, my guy. I want my fucking Kevin Kraft now. At this point, I think that I'm gonna be 30. Actually, not even 30. I'm gonna be 65 when I finally get my hands on Kevin Kraft, the full released book, and I'm going to already be disinterested in Kevin Kraft. But second of all, I think that because I feel like the weight that we had and the content that we then received was kind of a letdown. I'm gonna be honest. And here's why. Despite us getting multiple chapters, it was really only, I believe, 11 pages of Kevin Kraft. And for a Kevin Kraft fan such as myself, I love Kevin Kraft. I needed more Kevin Kraft, and these chapters they didn't give me enough of my Kevin Kraft juice. I need more Kevin Kraft. Right. It's also what was said. I feel like the pace of the book. I like fast pacing books. That's a weird thing about me. I like fast pacing books, but I feel like with Kevin Kraft and with the recent chapters, I felt like it went a little too fast with what it was trying to present. With the first chapter, basically it took time to set up a scene, set up the surroundings, set up the man, set up the man's condition, set up what he wants, set up the emotions in the scene, then sets Kevin Kraft to be the villain of the story, or at least the general villain of the story. He's not like right out of the get-go, we're not okay, we have to hate Kevin Kraft. But in the newest chapters, it villainizes Kevin Kraft, in which I just don't like it. Because I honestly think that there might be a human side to Kevin Kraft and having a bland shell of just a horse who fucks women and steals children. I think that's really bland. And I really want the Forsaken Carrier to do something with the fact that, Kevin Kraft, this horseman, he got a point, right? Because the woman wanted this, and so did the children, I believe. Well, actually, no, I think it was only the woman. But the wife wanted this, and, I feel to make him into, a mafia villain, that's just fucking out of I didn't expect that shit, all right? I thought that, it just was fucking out of nowhere. Last we knew, fucking Kevin Kraft, the juxtaposition to Kevin Kraft being a mafia boss from the first chapter, which was just him being a normal fucking horse, to this chapter is fucking obscene. I'm a pretty wacky dude. I make stupid ass albums. In most of my scripts and things that I write sex. But for Kevin Kraft, which chapter 1 was so rooted in reality, for it to then become fucking Ratman and by the way, Ratman is a character. Ratman and Kevin Kraft being a fucking mafia casino boss, which is very believable for Kevin. But I don't know. The book just doesn't address. I feel like the book doesn't address that very well. That this shit makes no sense, or I feel like it doesn't build up to Kevin Man very well. I also think that some of the references I feel in the book. Now I do like references, right? I'm a sucker for references, even. When I saw FNAF 4 and the bite victim, he got his frontal lobe bitten off, I was like, was that the bite of 87? But for Kevin Kraft, I just gotta say it. I don't think that I feel like there's just too much references in the book. The part about Wonton Kit Kat being a shotgun, that's fine. But in the part about Milk, I felt I was that was a bit of a stretch. All right, for me, I felt like that was a bit of a stretch, making Milk the computer, and then putting just like me into the whatever the fuck the or at least like as a elevator waiter. I was like, nah. Like there's too much references, like I like one or two references, like every so often, like once in the book. But like I feel like having like millions and millions of references, especially to a book where it's supposed to be an original book, not based on the Fat Troll lore or the Fat Chat lore, as we like to say. It does, like, I feel like it doesn't mesh well, or at least it doesn't sit with me well. But other than that, I think I'm done with my review on Kevin Kraft. I'd like to give Kevin Kraft a solid 7.5 out of 10. All right. I think that for what it is, Kevin Kraft, the book is very good. It's appeasing me. I want to see more of it, and I definitely don't think that Kevin Kraft is a lost cause. But this chapter, I just don't like. I think it's very bland. It's like how Alpharad Deluxe didn't like Deltarune Chapter 2, but they liked Deltarune Chapter 1. I'm not gonna post a link because that shit would take me forever. And guess what? I don't have my editor because my editor is taking a break. He's taking a fat break, and he's doing something. And we love him for it, and I hope he takes more breaks, because I think that this channel is very stupid. But I digress. I just think that I just think that I want more content, more everything, more character building, more world building. Definitely. I know that in the Rat thing with Ratman, we kind of got to see a little bit of the world, but I want to really see more of the world, because from a man who was Amish to a cityscape, I feel like it's such a giant juxtaposition that if you were really in love with what Kevin Kraft was going for with Chapter 1, which I was, then you'll probably not like what Kevin Kraft in Chapter 2 is doing, which I slightly don't. But for the most part, I think it's fine. But that's the end of my review. I'm feeling strong with the 7.5 out of 10. I already gave my critiques. Love it or hate it. I did criticize Kevin Kraft. And that's it. Yeah, see ya.